All right, we are live. We are definitely live. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, what's going on, people? We're seeing some people just trickling in as we go along. That's cool. A few things here, making sure everybody can hear me okay. I know we kind of go through over the same thing. Just saying, hey, is my signal doing okay? Because, I am in an RV, and I want to see if everybody can hear me. That would be okay. Right, so I think we're doing pretty good here, and I want to just knock a few things right out of here. I get these pop-ups from Dude Perfect and all these other things. What's going on? All right. So I'm super pumped up. I'm super glad that you are here. You're listening to the sound of my voice, and you just want to hear some good advice about some life changes that I've personally made that has made a huge impact on me personally, and what can it do for your business. Now, I was trying to print out my notes, couldn't do it, and so I had to do is to take a photograph of it, and I've got my notes on this tiny little photo. So as I'll be doing that, I'll be squinting my eyes. Hopefully I won't go blind by the end of this webinar. But I really want to talk about these points because they really hit home for me personally. And I gotta tell you, when you start letting go of control, you will be a much better person. And I guarantee it, because when I first got back to Massachusetts, I was really bitter. I was really in a place where I needed to get some truth into me. I needed some change, and I needed it. I needed it now. I needed it now. I needed it more than ever. Thankfully, I was able to get around the right people who were just like, they weren't all negative. They were really, really positive. I went back to church, basically, and that had a huge part to play in making me just change my life. That's not the direction that we're going to be going. I will be adding a little bit of spice, a little bit of that here and there. But what I want to talk about with you tonight is the 5 main life-changing lessons that will make a major impact on you and on your life. Number 1. Now, this came from a podcast that I listened to on the morning wake-up calls that they have, and it was just a phenomenal, it was just awesome. It was like, yes, that's what I want to talk about, because I can relate to it. I can connect with these 5 lessons. Number 1 is that you can only help those who want to be helped, and they will be ready to take your advice and will be receptive to it. They will perceive that you have advice, that you have wisdom, and that they will take from you. You must be aware of when a person is actually ready to receive what you're saying. I went through a bad marriage where I could not communicate with this person, this woman, where something would go wrong, and then we could not work as a team to change, the outcome of it. It was always this self-destructive attitude, this battle, and I could not influence this person to let's just take things as they come. Let's stop trying to be so worried about it. Let's let go of control and let's see what happens, and that just would not work. It just wasn't going in that direction. So you must know when somebody's ready to receive your advice that they will actually follow through with it. You'll be able to pick up on that. And when you start doing that, it's going to have a major impact on your life. You're going to be able to say, well, okay, that person, they came to me for some advice. So, for example, a buddy of mine came to me for some advice about what he should be doing with the particular situation that he was going through. I'm not going to go into any details, but it was one where he really needed some advice. And so I told him, look, man, just walk away from it. Just walk away. He says, well, I can't. He's like, I'm not going to do it. Not right now. Not today. I gotta do this. And I said, don't try to prove yourself to some loser. Prove yourself to me. Prove yourself to your friends. Prove yourself to God. And I tried calling him. Couldn't get an answer out of him. But then I found out later on the next day, he did walk away from that situation. And so that feedback was able to help me decide, okay, you know, this dude is actually receiving what I'm saying. He's a good student. He's a good learner. He wants to get out of the situation that he is in right now. And I can tell you right now, he's one determined dude. As soon as he knows what to do, he's on it, and he just gets on it. And that's the kind of people I love working with them. It can be difficult at times, but it's a joy to work with those people because they take your advice and they actually they follow through with it. You know, you want to be working with those people. If you try to work with people who just are forward people, and what do I mean by forward? I'm saying that when you have great advice and you are really trying to help somebody, they will actually take that and forward it to a different conversation. They'll forward that to a different place. It's like taking an email and forwarding it to somebody else. They take the conversation and they forward it to a different conversation. You're trying to help them to, you know, get through a certain point in their life, or they're trying to, like, for example, I'm trying not to go into too many details. I'm trying to give it just protect people's identity and protect, you know, things that they're actually going through. If you give advice and they try to change the subject, they're not ready for it. They're not ready, and it's okay if you walk away from that. It's okay if you betray that moment and then you just simply up and you walk in the other direction. Now, when I was married and I did that, when I knew I couldn't influence my spouse at the time, and I cut off the conversation and I walked away, she would follow me, and then I would have to either get in the car and drive away or try to dialogue again. You know, it just wouldn't work. So, but with people who are, you know, trying to receive what you're saying, and they're putting the effort in, they're trying what they're doing, and they actually get the result. They actually get some kind of results out of it. Keep working with those people. Keep trying to influence them. Keep trying to put them in a surrounding and a place where, Katie Stage, you are here. All right. You know, I've been having this. You went on a Facebook Live that went on longer. That's great. Awesome. I say more power to you, girl. Woo-hoo. So, all right. So then we're going to keep going. How have you been? Drop it in the comments. Where are you right now? I want to know. Katie Stage, where are you right now? See, this is my buddy right here. She and her dad, Chris, well, his name is Pops on this thing. They're driving in an RV, and they're driving all over the place. And this is the stuff that, like, I'm going to be doing. I want to be, like, except I don't want to do it by myself, you know? It's the kind of thing. Like, I could do it by myself. You know, the Lord is with me, but I want to have a companion, you know, and drive all over the country and go, wow. So, okay, this is a great point. I heard about this, and I connected with it. This goes right with this point. And all right, so let's go back to the first point. You can only help those who want to be helped, and you can only sell things to those who want to be sold to. Coca-Cola will not spend any time, money, or energy on the people who don't drink Coca-Cola, because those particular people, we believe that soda is just plain old bad for you. So they are not going to waste a dime trying to convince me to buy a product that I don't want to buy. If they tried, you know, it would be something for their business. Just you have to be like that too. You have to focus and just know that person's receptive to what I'm about to say, and you put all the love, the time, the energy, and sometimes you have to put some financial resources into it to get them to, like I keep saying, just grease the gears between their ears. You have to. Only if you know that that's actually going to work. If they're receptive, if the pieces are going to put together and they're actually working, that, like, you can see their thoughts coming out of their mouth, their actions, they're taking action. Those are the people you definitely need to spend more time with. Don't waste any time with people who are just trying to get your time, to suck some energy out of you. I had a guy contact me one time. He said, send me the link, send me some information about your opportunity. And I said, you got 5 minutes for a phone call? Because I had an idea, I had a feeling like this is a little strange. He didn't ask me questions, he just wanted information about that. He didn't want to get to know me. He just wanted information about the product. So I asked the dude, I said, hey, let me have a phone call with you for 5 minutes. And this is like, I'm going to bed. I was like, okay, well, how about tomorrow at say 1 o'clock? He says, no, 1:20. And I'm like, 1:20 doesn't work for me. I'm booked up for the rest of the night. I'm not going to do that. We're going to have, I was like, and I'm booked for the next, how about on that day? 3 days later. Yeah, that's fine. So 3 o'clock comes, I hit the button, I call the dude, he doesn't answer, he doesn't even respond to Facebook Messenger. Done. I don't waste my time with that. Done. I didn't even try reaching out to the guy after that. But you just have to, you can't waste your energy and your time on people who really aren't, they're not looking for you. You know, they're looking for something, that's not going to work, basically. So, number 2, I did this a lot when I was younger, and I don't see myself doing it too often, but I know that people, they struggle with this, they struggle with this one all throughout their life. This is definitely one of those, like, if you can overcome this one, then you can definitely start having some serious changes in your life and some real peace of mind. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop it. You don't know what's going on inside of that person's life, inside of their world. So you should be sparingly comparing yourself to other people. How many times do people do this? They do it all day. You know, if somebody gets some kind of result, they look at themselves and they say, well, I didn't get that result. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You should be focusing on only one thing, and that's you. You should be focusing on getting you to be comparing yourself to the man you were yesterday. You should be comparing yourself today to the man or the woman that you were yesterday, last month, last year. Compare yourself to yourself, and then compare yourself to, like, okay, what am I doing that I really need to work on? And then this is where I think God really comes in handy, because he comes in and then he puts a strength, he puts a power in you to actually make a massive change in a really great direction in your life. So I told you, I'm going to sprinkle my faith in there here and there. All right, so Katie responded. Let's check this out. All right, she's in Twin Cities, Michigan, helping her sister with her kids. Her babysitter had a baby. So she's living in her sister's house until the babysitter comes back. It looks like baby sister from here, kind of far away. Oh, wow. So now you're gonna be, dude, Minnesota. Did I say Michigan? Twin Cities, Michigan. Oh, Twin Cities, Minnesota. Minnesota. I don't know where that came from. Watch out now. Oh, watch out there. All right, stop comparing yourself to me. So, people, number 3, people are always changing. So allow them to do so. Glasses, oh man. So People are always changing. You must allow them to do so. Don't interfere. When people are going through change, don't interfere with that. You can only encourage them and draw them into that change. So you should be evolving to change your mind into the person you want to become. Now, evolution, I'm not saying the theory of evolution. I'm talking about just general change over time through, you're in this stage of your life, you're looking to change out of it, you're evolving into like the next one. So we're evolving or putting some effort into changing into this situation. So people are always changing. You've got to let them change. This is going to dramatically change your life when you're starting to do these things. When you are starting to make an impact on other people's life, let it change. When you cook up some really good food, you have to let it change. You can't, it's in a hardened state. You put it in the fire, you chop that thing up, you put it in the fire, throw some salt on the wounds, then you just let it sit there. And you let it sit there, and it will change over time. It will evolve into something else. This is what you've got to do with your team. This is what you got to do with people in your personal life and in your business. This is what you got to do. So you need to commit daily to changing one small thing per day, and watch your life dramatically change. Mark Harvard did this one thing where if you take a penny and you multiply it, you multiply it by 2 every single day, from 1 penny to 2 cents, to 4 cents, to 16 cents, to like 320 cents, whatever that is, and then you keep multiplying it, making one change like that, you're putting that effort into it, you are going to see some huge, like after 30 days or whatever of multiplying it, it was like the penny turned into like millions of dollars. It was so strange the way that all came out, but it's really powerful. So when you put the effort into making a small change into something, and you really take action on that, and you're going to see some dramatic results within 30 days. I mean, here's a great example. If you want to lose 30 pounds, stop drinking soda. You will lose a pound a day. Either that or like 20 pounds. I've seen people literally just go, they turn into a rail because they simply cut soda out of their life. I literally watched people just change right before my eyes, and it was amazing. It was amazing. They cut soda right out, and they started drinking water, and then they started eating this really good food for their body and healing their body. And man, they dropped 40 pounds like in 2 months. It was amazing. It was amazing. You got to commit to it. All right, so number 4. All right, so number 3 is people are always changing. You must allow them to change, and you must you must be committed to changing yourself and allow yourself to change. All right, number 4, stop caring about what other people think. I did this. I actually struggled with this for a long time, and I still do it. But when you stop caring about what other people think, because here's why you should. It's because it's a major hindrance from you ever achieving your goals, right? You want to hit a certain goal, you got to not care about what other people think. You can't. Stop caring about what other people think. Stop. Stop caring about them. And it would be an incredibly sad thing that if you let that happen in your life, if you continuously allow yourself to think, okay, what that person said to me, 20 years ago is still having an impact on me, you're not surrounding yourself with enough people to help your mind change into something else. You got to get around more people. You got to get around influence. You know, if you're really cold, you got to get around a big fire. If you're around a bunch of fires, you know, that are close to each other, that's gonna take care of you. Just being close to a fire will make you warm, right? You got to get closer to other people who are living the kind of life that you want to live. They want you in their life so they can influence you, because we feel that when you influence people, it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. Imagine how you're going to feel when you have alterations in your personal life, and how that's going to affect your business. You're going to start showing up. You're going to start taking care of it. You're going to start treating it like it's a business. You're going to start talking to your prospects like you know what you're talking about, and you're going to be giving them valuable information that's going to solve the problem. Okay, you got to start right here. So, you were concerned so much about what other people were thinking, and they weren't even thinking about that to begin with. That's a really powerful statement for me, because people, for the abuse that I lived with, they were just like, that was just flying out of their mouth. I wasn't even making up stuff. It was just coming out of their mouth. And then it would just reverberate in my head, and then I would rehearse that over and over again, and that was different. But that actually affected how I would have a conversation with somebody else. When you cut that out of your life, it takes a good 2 years before it starts to really set in. It takes about a year. Before, like, if you're in like a really hostile relationship and you're trying to make friends with other people, you're not going to be able to do it. I know how that feels. I couldn't even have a general conversation without thinking that like somebody else is thinking this about me. It wasn't even true. So you gotta stop doing that. But here's the thing. If they are thinking certain things about you, they probably got issues going on behind the scenes that are none of your business. They're probably going through something. Their heart, their mind, their eyes. It ain't so beautiful on the other side. It ain't so beautiful on the inside. You got people, you just, some people, man, they hide it. They hide it really well. I know that I knew a good friend of mine. He was very quiet and he was very shy, but then he just started to go through this, seemed like weeks of just, and I don't even know how to describe it. He just became a totally different person. All that he was suppressing started to just come right out. And I couldn't help the guy because he was self-destructive with his thoughts, thinking that he didn't have any value, thinking that he just didn't know what to do with his life. And there was no way for me to have any influence on him. He was caring way too much about what other people were thinking. My cat's making this really cute thing right now. He's just, see how I don't care what other people are thinking? I'm looking at him. He does this weird thing. Like, he goes like this, and he's crooked. Like, he's all crooked and lays there. Goes like this. See, I didn't even care about what you thought about that. I just told you what it was. Because I think it's really cute. He does that. And he likes to be close to me. And when he hears the sound of my voice, he just kind of like finds it comforting. So, I don't know. Maybe that's why he's doing that. Because I'm doing all the talking. Okay. And then one of the things that's really, really true, and people gloss right over this, is that there is only one thing you have been granted complete control over, and that is you and your reaction Stop wasting your precious time trying to control things that are clearly out of your control. Clearly out of your control. The results in your life and business will begin to change dramatically. Why waste your time trying to control things, trying to control something you can't? Why? Let go of control. I heard that, and I knew that was going to sink in, and then that was going to stay there. Let go of control. Control what you can. Stop trying to control something that you cannot. These are things to remember when you have children who are growing up fast, is that those you're not going to be able to control. Oh, I woke him up. So put my phone down kind of abruptly, and he's like that. You get all fidgety. But yeah, that is, I've learned that, like the time when a couple weeks ago when I went horseback riding, and I got on the horse, and they showed me what to do to actually control the horse, that I had to hold it a certain way. Otherwise, the horse wasn't going to respond to what I wanted it to do, because I couldn't communicate to it. I was telling it what it was expecting. It was expecting to hear a command with the reins, and you pull it a certain way. So, it was waiting for that, and it wasn't there. So the horse just started wandering off where it wanted to. So, going back to the first step, you can only help people who are waiting to be helped. You have to learn, well, how do you help them? How do you get them to go from this point A to point B? You have to learn, okay, what are the boundaries? What are your boundaries for giving commands that people will actually respond to that? So once I understood how to take the horse, I was actually amazed. I was amazed at how cooperative the horse was. Now, as the day went on, maybe an hour went by, the horse got tired, the horse started getting really hot, and they sweat a lot. The females, she was sweating really bad. And the males, when a male horse sweats, that actually smells like a cologne. It smells very earthy. I like the smell of the horse. It smells good. I just kept breathing that thing. So these are the 5 things, major life-changing things that will change your life dramatically. Now, it sounds all some people gloss over this stuff. But really, when you wake up and then you go, oh crap, I really don't want to go through this day, and here's X, Y, and Z prob Y as to why. Well, you have total control over where you work. You have absolutely all the power to figure out where you want to go and find another job. Or if you don't like the network marketing company that you're in, you simply go somewhere else. You got a comp plan. If the community's bland, if nobody's really responding to you, maybe you haven't found the right community. But if you are with people who have they've got good life, they've got good attitude, they got everything that they need to be successful, it's going to rub off. So that's what you got to do. All right, let's get some comments going. Let's see. Let's hear your questions, your response to this, because I'm all about that personal development where it's going to get me to where I need to be. And I got to tell you, if you're not surrounding yourself with people, if you're not listening to the advice of others, your advice that you give to yourself is probably not going to be enough. It's probably not going to do the job. Getting yourself around people who are already in that frame of mind, who are already hitting the mark and getting wherever they want in life. Look at Katie and Pops. For example, these people are just traveling across the America. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to make your own money on the internet, to keep doing that over and over and over again. That's definitely. All right, so here she goes. So her first personal development book, How to Make Friends and Influence People. I have that book. Second, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yes. Third book, Think and Grow Rich. I don't have that book. I have to get that book. That's been one that's on my mind. But How to Win Friends and Influence People, that book made a huge impact. I'll tell you what, you can start to tell that you need to start having some change in your life when you're getting really proud and you say, I already know that already, or I know how to do that. Because when I read that book, when I saw the cover for that, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I actually mocked it. I mocked the title of that book. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Sounds like a loser needs to read that book. Yeah, it was. It's definitely I was in a loser state. So when I started reading that book, I'm like, oh wow, this book actually gets very good. One of the points that I liked about that book was that is getting people to do things that you want them to do. You can only do that if you know what they want. So if you know that this person wants a particular thing, you show them how to get it. And that's how you control people, is that you give them the path to get them what they want. I didn't know that before. I didn't understand that until I read that book. I realized that. And it takes time. It definitely takes time. All right, you can Google Think and Grow Rich PDF, get a free download, but nothing is better than physical book. So, yeah, I like books better than PDFs. I get so tired of scrolling. I don't like it. You know, when you have a book in front of you, you can't scroll, you can't update the status, you lose internet connection. You know, it's like, I don't like that. I actually like having a book right in front of me. I like having the window open. I like smelling the country air. I like hearing the birds. Sometimes when it's raining, I like listening to the rain and listening to and reading the book. Just calming my mind, quieting my mind, and just focusing on whatever it is that I'm reading. But that's definitely a huge thing. So Rich Dad and Poor Dad, I definitely love Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was also a huge eye-opener. Huge eye-opener. I love that book. When I got into Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that was back in the day when I was with Empower Network. I think we were just starting to know each other back in that time. But oh man, that was such a cool book to read. He had the comparison of like his poor father. His father made a lot of money, but it was always broke, versus his rich dad, where his best friend's dad had multiple businesses. He was very wealthy and he had a lot of money. He was very, very smart. The comparison between being raised by those two people, it had such an awestruck, it just really made an impact. It was such a cool one. Think and Grow Rich. I gotta get it. It's gonna be on that. It's definitely gonna be on that. It's on my list. I keep seeing that book and I'm like, I bought so many books. I'm just not reading enough. So I'm trying to read all the books. And then I'm going to be doing that. So this kind of ended up in a short one. I wanted it to go the full hour, but I honestly don't see it going any further because I don't have too much to go for. That's pretty much all my notes. I got this all from that podcast that I listened to, that I used for some personal development, some mindset training, just getting my mind going in the right direction and then just executing on it. So I think we're going to close out for tonight. Unless anybody else has got any other questions, they have something that they want to talk about. And put on your glasses, old man. Hey, I have excellent vision, and that's all I gotta say. I am super thankful to God that I have incredible vision, and I'm really thankful for it. All right, so I think we're gonna cut it out tonight, but I hope that this is just got enough influence coming right at you that if this is something that you're really in need of, and you really want to be a part of this community, and you are looking to get started right now and changing the direction of your life, you can take all these points. Hopefully you're taking notes and you're implementing what this is. But if you're looking for a team, you're looking for somebody who is willing to work with you one-on-one, there's a button right below. It says get started right now. And you can get started right now working with me. Maybe not right this very second, but you can get started working with me, and I would love to work with you. So go ahead, click on that link below, and I will see you on the next webinar. Katie, I actually have something that I want to show. You. I think you're still on. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go. I want to show you something here. It just came to me. So I'm like, okay, I got some time. I'm gonna do something. See, let go of control. Stop caring about what other people think. I'm implementing. See, I'm already implementing what I'm teaching you. I got something that I've just been playing around with, and I'm gonna share my screen. This is directly for Katie. Where's the thing? All right, there it is. I get all these pop-ups and they just get in the way. Hopefully you're still on, Katie. All right, I think you are. So we're gonna keep going. Application window. All right. Wow. The everlasting screen. All right, look at fine. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. Look at it. It just keeps Maria. All right. So Katie, if you can see this, drop a comment. So in my blog, I've got something that I giant out, and one of this right here, send feedback, right? So in this, now I've been dabbling into this, and I've been trying to integrate this with this Google document. Like it's basically a landing page where you can select what exactly what it is that you want to learn more of. So right out of my blog, this is like where people can send direct information about who they are, what's their name, why are they searching for more ways to make money. This is something that I've just been trying, and I wanted to share this with you because maybe you can, something that you want to like dabble into. It was super easy. It was Google Forms, and man, it was like, yeah, this is dead simple stuff, and I love it. Like I can't wait till people start like jumping in on this, because once they start adding, like they start selecting things, they start saying lead generation, I need a game plan, and they put in their email, they put their name, maybe they put their phone number. That gives me plenty of information, the necessary information that I need. And I mean, really, this is so cool. I've seen Lisa Torres do this, but she did it for like strictly a landing page. All right. So okay. All right. So now I would say, yeah, share your screen. Look at the banner. Just saying, oh, what a cool idea, Ricky. All right. So you did see it. All right. Cool. Let me go back. Come on. Not the broadcast. Come on. Stop sharing the broadcast. Come on. All right. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that you watched this, and that you came into this and you were looking for some more information. These are definitely implemented for my own life that have made an impact not only on me but the people around me, the way I work, and the way I've been in business. So, with that being said, I want to say thank you for jumping on, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next video, on the next webinar. Take care, guys, and it was awesome.